Hi, my name is Aaron Branch, and my memories made me feel nostalgic, very nostalgic.
This motherfucker has feelings.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'm gonna save those $6.
Mimosa. We are baddie little baddies. Are we baddies? I feel like I'm a baddie right now, bro.
Danny the baddie. Danny is a baddie. I don't know what the opposite of a baddie is. Frumpy.
Ugh.
Welcome back to another episode of Callbacks. I'm your co-host, Sam Salem.
This is the Real Housewives, Real House Husbands of Hollywood.
That's Danny Sellers that you hear. This is
Yeah.
classic me doing an official and him keeping the bits going, and that's why you love us.
When people stop being polite and start getting real. I'm gonna just do a bunch of reality TV intros.
That's all
The
you
facts
are.
of life. Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to another episode, the podcast where we do deep dives on your favorite entertainers, do some dates, do some callbacks. Let's get it started with a trademark, how we've been starting lately, a Danny Sellers mental health check trademark.
I came up with this one in the morning, went to the gym, was feeling good, Saturday morning. Did a lot. First of all, I did a lot this morning already. So a lot of people that have ever doubted me in life, thinking I wasn't going to be shit, just know that I've had a productive morning.
We stand a productive king.
Dog. So I went to this. Anyways, this is my mental health feels like paying rent on the first of the month. It's like, it sucks, but at least I have the money. You know, like at least like life sucks, but at least I have money to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do this right now, but at least I have it.
You're getting it over with.
Right. Because it's been points where I did not have the money. And it's the 8th. I'm like, I haven't paid rent yet. Back in the day, fresh out of school.
Right. Broke boy.
Yeah, I was broke. We were just, all right, before we were on camera, we were talking about how broke we were at certain points in our lives. So please comment. I might clip this up. What's the brokest you've ever been? Give us a scenario story. That's a good callback. The brokest you've ever been ever in life, and tell us, and we will read that shit off at some point in the future.
Yeah, tell us your biggest struggle meal from that broke point.
My biggest, go ahead. You.
Oh, I just know mine. We're sustainable kings. We've been reusing these cups, these red Solo cups. We've been reusing them all week.
Yeah, exactly.
Last episode, or a recent episode if it's out there, I don't know. It might be a future episode, but we talked about Danny being a good brunch hang. So we're drinking a little mimosa action.
Got my thighs out too. It's hoochie daddy season. It's getting warm in LA. No more rain. We outside with the yada means.
The sun hit and Danny is wearing shorts and drinking mimosas.
Yeah. If you see one of my balls pop out the shorts, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That was too much too early.
Not you and your hoe era.
A little brown part.
So I'm gonna skip right over that. My biggest struggle meal in regards to red Solo cups is, ramen in college, classic. You can't get any cheaper than just top ramen.
50 cents.
I didn't have any utensils or dishes or anything. All I had was a packet of ramen, and I had an electric water heater, which if you were smart, like the little kettle, like electric kettle to just heat water up, I could have just put the ramen in that and heated it up. I don't know why I never thought of that because I was just always used to pouring the water in a bowl.
Yeah.
I had a red Solo cup and I poured boiling water into a red Solo cup, and then I started eating it and I'm like, this tastes funny. And I'm noticing, the sides
plastic.
The sides were melting off into my ramen.
That's disgusting.
So if I die an early death, I think it's because I ate melted Solo cup plastic.
1,000%.
What's your struggle meal at your broke point?
Fresh out of school, was very, very broke and living in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is back peak 4 for 4 at Wendy's. I've told this, if you've been a fan of my podcast, 9 to 5 podcast before, I've told this story. But
shout out to 4 for 4.
Yeah, shout out 4 for 4 saved a lot of generations of broke people back in the mid 2000s.
A lot of generations.
Yeah, it was one generation specifically, my generation. But anyways, I leave work. I had this insurance job. I hated whatever. Go to drive to Wendy's, get the 4 for 4, Gene bacon cheeseburger with a side lemonade. You know what I'm saying, honey mustard.
Just in case anyone wants to bring Danny Wendy's.
Yeah, run that back, please. Wendy's, I need that check. Hand on my card, first card decline. What? Second card decline. And it was the most embarrassing because it was literally it's North Carolina taxes. It was $4 and $30, and I did not have.
Getting your card declined at a 4 for $4 is crazy.
I did not have $4.50 liquid dollars.
Were you by yourself or who? What
by
was
myself?
Oh, thank God! Because if you would have been with the homies or a girl or anything,
Man, but even the homies, I feel like would have been like, "Oh, you good, bro? Whatever." That would have been better because I would have actually got to eat food.
you just had to walk out, tail between your legs.
I was in a drive-through. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
So you just drove off,
bro? Yes. If it was somebody at least with me, then at least they would have been like, oh, "I got you." And I could have been embarrassed, but at least I would have been not hungry. I was embarrassed by this little, probably 16-year-old who's like, "Who's this grown man with no money?"
What kind of car were you driving?
Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma pickup truck.
Yeah, bro. Driving the Tacoma, just driving away as you can't pay for your meal.
When I tell you, I was so rattled. Because, like I said, to your point, if at least I had somebody with me, we could have been embarrassed, but I would have at least been eating good. Like, that was crazy, wasn't it? I had to go home and, like, eat, like, one egg, Bro, that was traumatic.
A single egg.
Traumatic, bro. I did not have $4 liquid to my name. Like, I couldn't even, like, get the change from the center console. At least I got $4 here. I just walked away.
See, getting your car decline is the worst. I was trying to. My wife was my then girlfriend at the time. I was trying to plan a birthday party for her.
Yeah.
And I got like a bunch of supplies at like the grocery store. I got like snacks, like charcuterie, all this stuff. And I went to check out and it didn't work. And I just had to one by one be like, okay, take this off.
Oh, no.
It still doesn't work. Okay, take this off. Still doesn't work. Okay, take this off. All right, it works.
But you remember life
and everybody behind me is just being like, this dude
crazy.
is down bad.
But like I don't understand how people did life before the banking apps. Cause that's the only way I know. You go on a date or whatever with somebody, like, all right, I only got $100 to spend. If we go to $100, it's a wrap. Or if it looks like it's going over $100, I need to text somebody on some Cash App type shit. But like back in the day, I guess you just didn't. You just assumed you have the money. If you were broke, I guess this is the only word is if you're broke.
Yeah.
Because you need to know, I have $60, I have $100, I have $40 for this night. Man, shout out to all the broke boys.
You're just going off vibes. Like, I think I got enough.
Like,
honestly, one time,
yeah.
honestly, before the banking app, when I had like a debit card, by the way, the string of your shorts is caught in the mic, and that's just really, that's really throwing me off.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Shout out to everybody watching.
Before the banking app.
Fellas, is it gay if the string of your shorts touch the mic?
Before the banking apps, I was home from college, and like my little sister, I was like, I'm gonna take you out for like, let's go grab a meal on me, big brother.
Big bro.
And then we stopped at like Urban Outfitters, and we're like, oh, let's get like a couple things. I mean, you know what? This is on me too.
Oh yeah.
Card got declined.
Not at Urban.
At Urban Outfitters, so she had to buy it for us.
Oh
So
my
I was talking about
God.
this game, like, I'm gonna buy you this. I'm gonna get you a meal, and then I'm like, okay, well, let me stop at the bank because maybe it's just I'm coming home from a different state.
Nah, them
I
auto-drafts.
checked the ATM.
Them auto-drafts.
39 cents in my bank
Yeah.
account.
Them auto-drafts go crazy. That Netflix, a little, you know what I'm saying? Wooty-woot, Hulu.
So then
Stupid.
my little sister had to buy me the meal. It was pretty embarrassing.
Shout out to
Also, I get super red. I just got my card decline at the Mall of America 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
But it was because I was traveling. Like, I had the money, I was just traveling. But it was like it was very. I get rattled very easily. I had to go to Sephora to get some moisturizing cream because I'm trying to, keep up with the skincare.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
bad skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Shut up, everyone.
LA,
Okay?
glow up, Sam. Glow up, Sam.
Shut up, everybody. And there's no reason to feel like embarrassed about it, but it's like, oh no, I'm the only dude in Sephora buying moisturizing cream, so I'm kind of feeling like a little sheepish. And I go up, and the woman's like, "Oh, do you have a
The Sephora card or whatever.
Do you have like a phone number?" I'm like, "Oh, I bet my wife does." And I type it in, and it doesn't work. And she's like, "Nope, that's not one." I'm like, "Oh, and I already feel awkward about that. And then I got a new debit card. I've had my last debit card for so long, it didn't have the tap to pay thing.
Oh yeah.
So I got a new one, and so I was just swiping it. She's like, I'm pretty sure that's tap to pay. I'm like, no, it's not. She's like, yeah, it is. And I keep trying to swipe it, and it keeps getting declined. And then she takes it and taps.
On the machine you were already on.
Yes. And then the tap definitely works.
Motherfucker, right.
And then it gets declined, though, because I think my bank thought it was like fraud because I just bought like 3 like back-to-back purchases in Minnesota, and I live in LA. And then so I had to bring out another card, and I tried to swipe that, and she's like, oh, I think that's tap to pay. And again, I don't know why I was like, oh no, this one definitely isn't.
White mansplaining to this lady who does this every day.
Every day. And then I keep trying to swipe, and she's like, no, and she takes it out of my hand again and then taps, and it goes
She
through.
was so fucking tired.
And then she was like, oh, enjoy this product. And I was like, yeah, you too. It was the most embarrassing.
That was crazy, wasn't it? Bro, another time my car got declined. I was taking my ex, we had a birthday party, getting a section at the club. And
Flex.
But the worry, this is back in the day when niggas was making money, being successful in life. Still successful in life, but not really. I'm broke, but I'm survived. Like,
yeah, you said it last time. You're paying rent off creativity.
Yeah, I know, but I just want more money. Anyways, I prepaid before we got to the club, but the promoter dude, whatever, is like the card didn't go through. I'm like, bro, I have the money. Mind you, I didn't have that much more money. I had the money, but I wasn't like I had hundreds of $1,000s in the bank. So I'm like on the phone with Wells Fargo, like, can you please? I know financially I probably shouldn't be buying this $800 section, but can you please accept this charge from?
You're on the phone with the bank. I'm trying to flex at the club right now.
Right.
If you could please approve my.
We all pre-gaming in our loft apartment. I'm like in the closet trying nobody to hear me. Like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, Danny Taylor. Yeah, birthday. Yeah, it's June 25th. Yeah, like I'm trying to give him all the details, and it ended up going through. But I was panicking, dog. Bro, dude, yeah. If you possibly, because I feel like it happens a lot at clubs where the banks just don't. If you're not going to the club all the time or you're traveling, or whatever, banks will not accept your shit. I feel like you have to prepay when possible when going to the club.
Yeah.
You were never a club person, were you?
I've literally never been to the club in my life.
Really? Never?
I mean, what it constitutes as a club, like I've been to bars that are like.
You never been like in the section, like standing up on the couch with somebody bring bottle service to you?
I've never been in an establishment that has
All right.
couches.
Fuck.
The closest I've been to like the club is like maybe in Chicago in Boys Town, which is like the gay neighborhood. It's like the drag show, and it's like
I'm sorry. I have plenty of gay friends, but that is hilarious. The one time you have been to a club is a gay club is funny. You're not gay is funny as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a man of the people. What can I say?
I am too, but that's funny. I've at least been to other clubs. That's hilarious. People that are listening, if you want us to get Sam in the clubs, please allow us to tour cities and be listeners. Tell a friend and listen to the show so that we can go to different cities and we can have Sam in sections with some water in one hand and a thing of Hennessy in the other hand. Crying.
I've never had Hennessy in my life.
Are you serious?
Serious. I feel like I'm a bad. That's like it almost feels racist to be honest.
Yeah. What have you been drinking, bro? Like just Jägermeister?
Blue Moon.
Oh, we're out of oranges. Golly.
I get Blue Moon without the orange, which somehow makes it feel
raw
even
dog?
whiter.
You just raw dog the Blue Moon? Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, you never had Hennessy?
I've literally never even tried it.
I've had all the white drinks. I've had Jägermeister before.
I think I maybe had Jaeger one time because this dude was like, let's have shots of Jaeger.
Yeah, I've had Malort. Shout out to Chicago.
Never had Malort.
Malort is disgusting, but I've had it before. What if it was in the white drink? Wiz Khalifa had us all drinking Bombay back in the day, like gin. Never had gin.
If I think Wiz Khalifa, I think weed, which I've never smoked weed either.
He used to be. I smoked for the first time in the club a couple weeks ago. It was like a little vape pen. I didn't get high though. Either I'm
First
a crackhead or I'm about to be like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like immune to it.
But it's bad. What does Hennessy taste like?
It's cognac, so it's just like kind of sweet, dark liquor. So this is what I'm about to have you on this Hennessy.
Danny's like, it's like me, sweet and dark, baby.
Get you a little bit of apple juice, ice, Hennessy. Yeah.
Wait, there's an apple juice flavor, or you
no.
Get apple juice and you use that as a chaser?
No, you mix it. A mixed drink, you put Hennessy, 1 part Hennessy, half part apple juice, ice, in a solo cup similar to this. That is a old black daddy, Southern black daddy's dream. That's how you get the yellow eyes. You see Michael Jordan? How does this nigga got yellow eyes? Is that. Drink one of those in the sun. In 3 to 6 months, you will have at least a hue of yellow in your eyes. That's the key. Yeah, that's
Honestly,
my goal.
more people need to be talking about in the LeBron James Michael Jordan GOAT debate. More people need to be bringing up the yellow eyes versus no yellow eyes.
Bro, that's it, bro. Look, as a black man, as a successful black man, if you can still pull off the yellow eyes and niggas know, like, you look in the old motherfucker's eyes, he's been through he's been through some things. He got the yellow eyes. You know what I'm saying? He don't really cry ever. Like, he been through some shit. That's the kind of vibe you want to,
Yellow eyes gives off the vibes of like, I'll financially support my kids, but I won't hug them.
Facts. 100%. 1,000. You a good stepdaddy. For stepdaddy standards, you was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Charles was a good dude. I don't really know what he did before he met my mom, but he was a cool, That's the kind of, you want them yellow eyes. Yeah, shout out to Mike Jordan, man. Shout out to MJ, Lil Boosie, all the yellow-eyed.
Free Boosie Fridays.
Forefather. What?
You remember when Boosie was locked up? It would be Free Boosie Fridays.
Most of our college. You know what's funny? I lived in Florida too, and I heard of Boosie before he got locked up. And I didn't know who Boosie was at first when I first moved to Florida. I thought Boosie, when they were saying Boosie, like, you heard of Boosie? I thought they was talking about Boosie Collins.
Oh, Bootsy Collins?
Right, but everybody has an accent down south, so Boosie.
Right.
But I thought he was talking about Bootsy Collins, because Bootsy Collins from Cincinnati. So I moved from Cincinnati to Florida, and it was like, Boosie. Anyways, Boosie had a run before he got locked up. Boosie and Gucci. We don't talk about some of our best rappers. You're a Gucci Mane fan?
Sure.
Goodness gracious.
If a Gucci Mane comes, I know his songs, but I can't. That's me with all artists.
This is depressing.
Whether it's Gucci Mane or like Aerosmith, I'm like, I know who those people are, and I know their songs, but like I can't name you one of their songs.
You like listen to like Kirk Franklin, like Lecrae and stuff like that?
I have listened. Come on, I went to Christian college basketball. We had a lot of Lecrae and Andy Mineo on the mixtape for sure.
That's crazy.
I listen to like emo music. I don't know, or like we grew up on country.
Really? Up north, Midwest?
Bro, yeah, the cornfields in Minnesota and Iowa, bro. That's country as heck.
We are. I was gonna actually do the actual intro.
Oh, and then I'll hit him with the intro.
I was gonna say that now we're starting the pod.
Okay,
but Sam, I don't know, bro. You want to fucking cut up this podcast now?
It's getting heated.
I'm so tired of this. I hate this. I'm gonna put a casting call for another tall white man.
You've never worn. You're gonna put a casting call for what?
A tall white man that likes black people. I'll probably get only a couple, but
you're gonna get 5 in LA, and then you're gonna find out 3 of them really don't.
Oh, we actually have to like them after the camera stuff? Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna get yelled at or sussed by anyone wearing shorts in public.
Oh wow.
Oh, sorry. It's because it's a little warm outside. I can't have my fucking thighs out, sir.
I didn't know you had a tattoo of a couch.
Yeah, because my dead grandmother. Say another joke.
Oh, I thought it was a couch because that's all you can afford to sleep on. Even after the dead grandma, he went.
Very funny. Hey, we are back. Yeah, we are back. Another episode of podcast. I said podcast.
Another episode of podcast. This is why
we were drinking mimosas before this, so I'm buzzed. Are you not kind of buzzed?
I'm pretty buzzed.
All right, we've already heard the intro.
How many mimosas did you guys have?
At least 3 each.
I had 3, yeah.
I was late. You didn't know that. I was incredibly late, and they decided to get drunk in between that time. It was my bad.
I'm not drunk, 100%. But we split a bottle of champagne between us.
We were already crying here together, talking about our feelings.
You know what's funny about that? I almost brought a bottle of champagne because I felt bad. I have one.
We would have been
house.
We would have been in real trouble if you did that.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I'm happy.
Yeah, you could have had.
All right, let me hit us with an official intro to get things started. Our guest today stars opposite of Rob Lowe as Malcolm in Netflix's Unstable. Regularly performs at iconic venues such as the Hollywood Improv and the Laugh Factory. And at just 16 years old, was opening for famous comics like Dave Coulier, a.k.a. Uncle Joey from Full House.
How do you know this?
Mm-hmm.
He is a Kansas City native who graduated from Columbia College, Chicago with a degree in comedy.
Yeah.
We are absolutely chuffed to welcome to the show a man who orders hot dogs from Five Guys and tacos from Burger King.
Whoa.
a former member of the Martin Luther Kings of comedy,
Shout out.
and a dude whose name is Addison Floyd, and he's here to save the world.
Dude, this is weird, man.
Yeah, it gets strange fast.
Aaron Branch, welcome.
Hey, dude. That's weird.
I'm kind of pissed because I remembered the melody. I've been listening to that song all morning. Of my name is Addison Floyd.
You
and I'm
listened to
here
the
save world."
song.
I just listened to your mixtape.
You know
bro.
what's crazy is that that song, I have tried to scrub that specific song like off of the internet. I didn't know that anyone could still find that particular song.
You're not the first person to have said I scrubbed that from the internet and me find it.
Sam found it first. Yeah,
I keep my ear to the ground.
the police.
That's wild. That was my college mixtape, man. That's wild.
Damn.
I mean, Aaron Branch is funny, and Addison Floyd's here to tell you why.
college mixtapes. They should have never given young black men Garage Band.
No.
Because I definitely got some shit out there on somebody's hard drive. Where like, yo, this should never
You
ever.
used to rap, Danny?
Yeah. Look,
Same.
I played football. I played football in college. Before every freshman year, before every party, you would freestyle. Someone would open up GarageBand. You would freestyle
Yes.
different Lil Wayne instrumentals or whatever.
Yes.
And during the summer, we had nothing to do. We got on campus before other students, so we would literally try to make songs on the one kid who had a MacBook in 2011. You know what I'm saying? Like just
You're either doing photo booth or you're doing GarageBand.
100%, dog.
Did he have like a full setup, or were you guys using the laptop?
No, yeah. I don't even remember. We might have. I don't even think we had a microphone, dog. Like, I'm pretty sure we only had the Yamin just the echoey. Yeah,
exactly.
Damn.
Aaron was real with it though. He was out here hunting for a Grammy. He was catching glimpses of the Bulls GM before he got on the train and was like, "They're gonna play my song at the game."
You went all the fact that you even know that is insane. I was like, and I actually still make music. I
Really?
like make music like on like a weekly basis.
Really?
I write music almost every day, but I just haven't put anything out in almost probably like 10 years.
Too busy,
Achieving your
booking
dreams.
gigs and
Yeah.
Netflix. I want to bring up before we get into our favorite segment, Save the Date. I mean, I said in the intro, you order hot dogs at Five Guys,
It's crazy.
tacos in honor of your grandpa, R.I.P. from Burger King.
Yeah, man.
Tacos at Burger King is insane. And also, this is the story. You've even told me individually. You've said this on interviews. You found out you booked the Unstable gig on Netflix while you're eating French toast sticks from Burger King.
Yeah.
They do that?
Yeah, they do.
Eating-
In the morning, and they're vegan.
I'm so
Eating
concerned.
Burger King in L.A.
Yeah, I have this theory. Fast food in big cities is exponentially worse than it already is.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, the kids working there is just like, they don't give a fuck. They're not washing their hands. They're not.
I've had conversations with that before. Like, it's weird because like fast food places I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, Midwest.
Yeah, fast food places there are interesting because it's like usually teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's actually people like, this is my summer job, or like
Yeah,
I work
yeah.
here after school, like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
But like in big cities, it's like, no, I'm here to support my family. And that, to me, I saw that in Chicago, and I even more see it here. where I'm
Yes.
like, this is a job.
It's because you gotta pay the bills.
Yeah.
I just want to. Why are you eating at Burger King that consistently?
Oh yeah, I didn't address that.
Right. That's the big elephant in the room.
It's nostalgic, man. I don't know. Get off my back, bro.
No, we're here. This is a gotcha podcast.
We bring up.
I really just enjoy their French toast sticks. Like I used to get them like in the morning sometimes, like on the way to school. If I had like a doctor's appointment, I had to leave school early. I would always go and get French toast sticks. So like it's become like a celebratory thing for me. It's very strange.
It's like the nostalgia. Okay.
yeah, it's like
So,
the
like,
nostalgia of it.
It's like McDonald's fries. Like people, I know people that don't like fast food, but they'll still eat McDonald's fries.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
They used to call them like the world's famous. Do you remember like on the menu they used to say world's famous French fries?
No, because I'm not obsessed with fast food.
You didn't grow up on that.
Yeah, he had a 2-parent household and cooked everything. Great.
Yeah, but you were eating good, huh?
Right. It was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't order the kosher dog at
Okay, so
at
the
Hot Dog.
kosher dog at Five Guys.
They are good.
It's
Is that
from what
slap?
I've heard.
Bro, it slaps. So
Really?
it slaps sometimes harder than the actual burger.
Right.
Five Guys is good though. Five Guys, I barely count that as fast food.
That was my first job.
Really?
Five
Five
Guys.
Guys?
Fries. I was sweating into the fry oiler.
I can see that 100%.
Dude, I'm like vegan now, so I
Yeah.
don't really eat like a lot of like meat, but I will like sometimes step into a Five Guys for like the aroma.
Just to smell it.
Just to like smell it because it smells delicious. When I've been to a couple of Five Guys like recently, and there's not Five Guys working anymore.
It's
like sometimes 3. I think I saw 2 guys one time.
They got hit by COVID.
Yeah, post pandemic, it's like it's not 5 guys anymore.
Not enough manpower.
You bring up the smell. The smell is strong. You eat in there for 20 minutes and you smell like it. Imagine working an 8-hour. I worked an 8-hour shift at Five Guys over the fryers. I would go sit in my 200,000-mile minivan that didn't have AC in the summer.
You was rocking a minivan back then?
Come on.
Oh, no.
Okay,
come on.
Okay, Danny rides a motorcycle. How many girls maximum can you get on a motorcycle? 1. How many girls can you get rolling deep in the minivan?
So you was
personally none.
I
didn't even consider in high school, but
okay, Mr. Bitches.
But on that note, so my car I didn't have AC. It was summertime, 90 degrees, me sweating.
That's nasty.
Peanut oil grease. My car just smelled like just horrible old Five Guys. And I remember one time the 2 most popular girls in my high school, we got put in a group project together.
Oh,
and I went and they're like, "Oh, can we get?" And I drove one place, and they were kind of like uncomfortable the whole time. And then we got back to wherever we were going. They're like, "Oh, we forgot something. We need to go out." I'm like, "I'll drive." And they're like, "We'll drive this time." And they refused to get into my car.
Your car was that musty?
Yeah, my car was so musty from
That's embarrassing.
Five Guys. Yes.
That's embarrassing.
I have a redhead with acne who I still.
And that was the final show. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
We're not doing this anymore. We hate this,
bro.
Yeah. That's just unfortunate, man. Did you like get some air fresheners? Did you try to like spice it up?
Nah.
Sometimes you just know where you are in the totem pole of life.
Because you had a minivan, man. You could have cabbed it. You could have made that really nice.
Yeah, you could have really did.
I just accepted my place in life and said, "This is what I'm." But speaking of high school, let's get into our segment, Save the Day.
Save the date.
Okay. This is back a high school young Aaron Branch, July 18th, 2013. So maybe just freshly graduated high school.
Yeah.
Do we know what was happening July 18th, 2013?
Dude, my memory sometimes is really good. Sometimes it's really bad. But I'm
all
going
the French toast sticks
replay
you
those
ate.
dates. I know in May, like around like May 12th, May 13th, we like graduated. Dude, I was working at a burger place that summer. I was working at a burger place, Max's Auto Diner. Shout out, Euros and Burgers. Some of the best Euros and Burgers in Kansas City.
Gratata.
Flip. No, it was I don't know. I don't know what was happening.
So this was at least when it was posted.
Was that Chris Kattan?
Kansas City Live. You were on as a 17-year-old.
Oh, that was Chris Kattan. Or that was not. I was promoting for someone. Who was I promoting for? Do you remember?
They just billed you as one of the youngest touring comedians in the country, and it was a 17. You looked like you were the body double of Smart Guy.
Oh, man, I was so angry.
Oh, you could be Taj.
Yeah.
This is that Taj Mowry?
Taj Mowry, yeah.
Damn.
You can put them
That is. I never thought of that till just now.
I want to hear about. Yeah, I mean, you started stand-up comedy at 15.
So early.
You were opening for like, big people
Yeah.
at cheap clubs who made you drive the headliners home.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
Yeah,
so that's how you get. I mean, to be on the main news channel of your hometown at 17 is a big deal. I'm gonna be honest. He was asking you questions, and you were just trying to turn your stand-up bits into conversation.
It was
sounded like,
so the
he was
reason.
like, oh, so what are you up to? You're like, yeah, so my mom bought me a Lisa Leslie jersey.
Dude, so
It's pretty adorable, to be honest.
No, it's adorable, but there's a reason why. It's actually hilarious. So, my home club at the time was Stanford and Sons Comedy Club.
Okay.
Stanford and Sons Comedy Club was owned by the Glaziers, right? Which were 3 brothers. And
The Glazers?
The Glaziers.
Oh, good.
The Glaziers, yeah. It was it's 3 brothers and like their father.
Okay.
They're estranged from their father.
At this
Father,
point,
he ran for mayor and like a bunch of other like sketchy things, and then they like didn't talk anymore. And I think he is actually still alive to this day.
Mm.
All 3 of the brothers, as of now, have passed away.
Mm.
I was the last one to talk to the youngest one, Jack, before he got into a fatal car crash. I think I was probably about like 15 or 16.
That's horrible.
Then he passed away in a car crash that night. Jack and Craig died a couple of years ago, a couple of months apart from each other. And they were kind of like an old married couple. Like, they really held down the club. A lot of comedians do not like them. Like, short on checks. constantly like doing like drugs and like.
That's comedy, baby.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, that is comedy.
And I was
Line of
exposed to a lot at a very young age, like from them. It was a very, very fun time period, and they always did right by me. But I also can understand why a lot of the comedians, like I think people have stories like them, like being paid by like frozen chicken fingers, like just treating the comedians so awful.
Yeah.
But Craig,
The first Bitcoin frozen chicken.
frozen chicken,
Yeah.
get this NFT.
Tyson, yeah. Spicy.
Also a Tyson NFT, anyways.
Right.
But Craig took me under his wing, and a lot of people don't know. I would go to the comedy club like during the day. Like I didn't get my license until I was like 17, so my mom would just drive like 30 minutes out to this comedy club and just wait in the parking lot.
Wow.
And I would be there like in the afternoon. He would have a
Yo,
new-
mom, wait in the parking lot. I'm about to tell these dick
No,
jokes.
this is insane. But this guy would have a Newport in his mouth, and then he would do media training with me.
Really?
Yeah, and he like now that I've like have gotten actual media training and have like
Shout out Netflix.
learned, yeah, I've just learned like the do's and don'ts. Everything he told me was just god awful and like not like the truth at all. But he would essentially like teach me how to like. He was like, doesn't matter what they ask you, you answer what you want to answer.
Oh.
And so it's like even if they ask you about your dog, you turn that question into you talking about your mom, and you basically just work in your bits. While
the old late nights kind of like thing.
yeah, but so what happens in that interview is they're asking me like probably complete opposite questions,
Yeah.
and I just kind of am turning it around,
Yeah.
and then talking about something completely different. That's all because of Chris.
You found the interview?
Yeah. The
It's
interview's
so
up.
awkward, man. I'm
cute
like
as-
anxious.
It's cute as heck.
I'm like
But they look-
ADHD, unmedicated, like it's a lot going
They're literally
on.
like, oh, so you're 17 years old doing stand-up comedy. What's that
Yeah.
like? And you're like, so I have a white friend and a black friend, and then you're doing like a
Nice.
joke versus
Nice. Get them bits off,
It's
dog.
kind of
and they're
ridiculous.
all funny joke. I mean, you even got. I mean, one of the jokes got like a big laugh from the audience. So
No,
you-
where I messed up, and this was around that same time period because I did a huge media junket in Kansas City for that day in particular. I went on a country music station, and I made a joke about a Catholic priest not touching me, and I was young. I didn't realize
Not a
that
country
country music and Catholicism go like hand in
Yeah.
hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
God, country.
And
Yeah.
the host's mouth, his jaw just dropped, just like
Right.
He was just in shock, and it was just like an awkward silence. And then my sister Kristen was there, and I looked over, and she was like, "Why did you do that?" And like I didn't know, I had no idea that
Yeah.
that
Get
was.
bits off.
Yeah, I was trying to
Get
get
these
my bits off.
AWF.
Yeah, I was trying to tell my story. I
Yeah.
know why the cage bird sings. Oh. But yeah, that was a really, really fun. That's crazy. You found that. That's wild.
He's dangerous.
I just keep my ear to the ground.
That's
What's another day?
Yeah, let's hit you with another date. We got
please.
so you're actually the second person we've had on the podcast that went to Columbia College for a comedy
Yes.
degree.
Who was the first person?
Carly
Kane.
Kane.
Oh,
Shout out.
Carly's the homie, man. Shout out to Carly.
We got the same time there? At the same
Yeah, we were there.
Love you, Carly.
Me and Carly did parties together,
time? Damn.
shows together. I've known Carly probably since I was about 19.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's almost 10 years now.
Shout out to Columbia.
That's
I'll
game
never
right
forget.
there.
She like drunkenly like pulled me aside at a party one time, and I think I was like feeling like kind of down, but she was like, Aaron, like, she was like, I see like the future. She's like, you're gonna be like a really good actor. You're gonna be a writer. She's like, all these things are gonna happen.
That
She's
sounds like her.
"No,
Yeah, that's,
I
she
know."
does. Yes.
She was
did
like,
it.
I
Yes.
know. And we were like 20 at like 19 or 20
Yeah.
at the time, and she's telling me this, and I'm like broke in Chicago, like, all right. If that could
is-
happen now, that would be fantastic.
Shout out to Carly. That
but-
is Carly
but
to a
Carly's
T.
great.
when a white woman starts manifesting over you, you're just like,
Yes.
Amen
I don't
to
even
this.
think, is Carly white? I don't know if Carly's white.
I think she is.
She's white.
She
yeah, well,
just has
Yeah, white
swag. I
Italian.
think.
This is swag.
Yeah, swagger white. girl.
Italian X.
That is
We're
most
out of
white
lines.
people's Italian X.
Okay, I'll hit you with
But no,
another
Carly is the homie. Literally,
Carly's great.
yeah, she did. Because she'll get mad at you for not believing in her and believing in you.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I gotta believe that you believe in me. And sometimes you need that from friends too. Like, damn,
Exactly.
you know what? This motherfucker's getting mad that I'm not believing in her. Like, it's anyways.
Yeah,
You need that
After this
sometime.
podcast, she like scolded us, like, you guys are so far for how long you guys have been doing comedy.
Yeah.
Don't ever stop.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
just
she's
like,
so
yes,
like
ma'am.
motivational.
You be needing that shit
inspirational.
sometime,
You
like,
need
damn,
it. You
all right.
need it. Like she's a real one, man, for
You need
sure.
people like that in your corner.
Yeah, she's a real one. We did a project. I'm sorry. Well, I can talk about.
I know. Really.
Well, I did. She helped me out with the project. Like, and I think she like got off of work and then she like took her bike all the way there. She was like sweaty, but she was like so present and just like ready just to like make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you're a good person because
You need
after
ride or
work,
die
I'm
people.
like in bed, slumped out.
Facts.
showing up to podcast 2 hours late.
That's
Edit that in post.
That's me editing post. Yeah.
So how we got on the whole Carly thing? You were at college at the same time. This is, I believe, a college date, November 17th,
Yeah.
2016. That'd be wild if you pulled what this was out. Do we have any guesses what we were doing at this time?
November 17th, 2016. The heck if I know, actually. Wait. Let me see. 2014. And that was 20. Was that the Laugh Factory?
You, Flex, always at the Laugh Factory. You were at Second City,
Yeah.
a performance, and you played Jerry Springer as Jerry Springer was in the crowd.
That was nuts. That was
crazy.
actually crazy.
Did you know he was going to be in the crowd?
No.
So, and actually, I want to know, because my digging, I did a lot of digging. Did you start playing Jerry Springer as you guys noticed he was in the crowd, or you were like, it was a bit where you were playing Jerry Springer and he just happened to be there?
It was a stage reading. And I forgot the context of like the script, but I essentially was playing Jerry Springer. Unbeknownst to me, the writer actually grew up with Jerry Springer's daughter.
Mm.
I had no idea. So and then Jerry Springer and his daughter came, and he was just right there, and I got to play him in front of.
Did that get in your head at all, or were you just like, oh, sick?
No, I did not get in my head because I didn't know until like afterwards. I
Yeah.
was like, Jerry Springer is here.
Former mayor of Cincinnati.
Jerry.
He's like he's like an old like nice guy. Like, he's like so nice. Like dad jokes.
being that rich off of bullshit, that is bullshit in a polite way. I would be nice. Like him and Morris seem like the nicest old white men because they know they got over. Like they know they won. They beat the game of like, I'm gonna make a show that's on every single day about nonsense.
Yeah.
But people love it, and it's not probably that much work compared to like having an actual scripted TV show. You just cast people and they show up. Like judge shows, same thing. Like
Same
a
exact.
judge show is like, bro, we just cast regular people. They're gonna wild out, and I just get to show up and make a lot of money because it's on every single day, all across the country.
Exactly. Also Montel.
Yeah, Montel, all them people. It's like, dog, I'm paid up. Okay, like you know,
Chilling.
that's the job. We need a daytime. We need to make this like the View.
This is where it starts.
Yeah.
This is the View.
Like, yeah, that Judge Judy, but it's 2 30-year-old dudes.
Yeah. They gave Steve Harvey a judge show.
Yeah.
Is that
I wonder
still
how
on?
that
Was
works.
that Quibi or what? Everybody.
No, it was on like it was on network because it went into another show. It was another black show it led into, and I cannot remember what show
Dude,
it was.
I had an idea, and he's probably gonna. If this is a good idea, you guys can be the judge. I had an idea that I thought would be so cool. Eric Andre judge show.
That would be funny.
That'd be incredible.
It would need to be on the right network, like Vice or somewhere that gets his humor,
Yeah.
like FX, like an uncut.
I think that would be so funny.
yeah.
And if Steve Harvey can do it, there's got to be an easy
Yeah.
way that you can just become a judge, right?
Yeah, like roommates like fighting over drugs and like just
It
little
would just
stuff.
be a
Yeah,
crazy
strippers, money, like all kind of wild.
Even
shit.
if it was just one season,
Yeah, that'd be
I
fun.
I thought to myself, I went as far as to DM him. And I was like, hey, I think you should do this. And then I deleted the DM.
Well, this is
You can unsend, shout out to
This
Instagram.
is
You can unsend it. I was like, why did I send that to that?
this is your DM right here.
Let those of us who've never unsent DM be the first to cast stones. Okay, we've all unsent a DM.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can. You can
Yeah.
unsend.
Really? Oh, I'm about to be doing. Oh, it's a wrap, dog. The DMs ought to be going 2 a.m. next morning. I don't even know who's even sending this.
You can
I got hacked.
unsend.
Oh, it's a wrap, dog. I'm
I
shooting
mean,
my
mine
shot.
are at the 2 a.m. Mine is more like I'm trying to get a comic to do something and they never respond, so it looks embarrassing. So I'm like, if I ever meet them, I'm gonna just unsend.
Oh.
You can also unsend iMessages.
Yeah, no.
Dog, I'm about
they
to be
have
act-
but they have to have it updated. If they're
Dude,
iOS isn't
it's so
updated,
annoying. Everyone update your phone so we can live in the 20th century.
Make mistakes.
Oh,
We're not in
it's
the
a wrap.
21st.
I'm about to.
Trying to churn butter like the rest of us.
I'm trying to freaking.
Nobody's DMs is safe. Your boy's about to be acting. I did not know you could unsend
No
DM.
regrets no more anymore, man.
Oh, I'm shooting like
regrets.
Clay off the dribble. Come on,
Yeah.
baby.
Game 6 Clay.
Sorry, yeah. I'm in the DMs. We at the Chase Center right now shooting game 6.
That's so
Can I
funny.
just say, I've had this conversation. We were talking a little bit Stance Sox before. I used to, coach a basketball team, and we'd practice at the Stance Sox headquarters because they sponsor these NBA players.
Oh, really?
And Klay Thompson's one of them. Klay Thompson just looks like an average dude, like on TV, like when he's like amongst all the NBA players.
Right. He's
If you
what,
see him in
6'7",
person,
6'9"?
He is like 6'6", 220.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And it's just, anyway, this is going nowhere. We'll probably cut this out, but it's just like, I just sick of like, I'll play pickup basketball and these dudes like Steph, if you see Steph Curry, this dude's 6'3", 200 pounds.
He's like my height. He's me. He's me, but like he looks tiny, but he also is more athletic and has the best jumper of all time.
Wow.
I played
Even deal
basketball.
with Big Ego. Steph Curry is me. Oh my God.
I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. I'm the same, but I'm not a tiny person. Dog.
If you don't count mentality.
Sam's a fucking hater, bro. And it's crazy.
Okay. You're
Are
always
you
trying-
really 6'3"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Come on, you always try to say that I would like own slaves, and now I try to like do something a little bit back, and you get all offended.
And you belittle black men trying to get bits off.
Yeah, that's
It's
ridiculous.
crazy on a comedy podcast production.
Cancel Sam.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, can I say one thing real
This
fast?
is not- Shut the fuck. I'm just kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
Please, sir.
Please, sir, can I say something? I played basketball with Magic Johnson.
Really?
I
Recently or before?
No, I was like 10.
Yeah, I actually found that too.
No, you did not. If you did, I would like freak the heck out. But you saying that, it was like, that was my first time like actually seeing like a super tall man.
Uh-huh.
I think he had to be, I mean, he's obviously was old then, but like, Duke could
50.
still play,
Yeah,
man.
probably 48, 50.
Yeah, Duke could still play. He
Yeah,
was
for
shooting
sure.
the threes, swishes.
That's
You're not a
tight.
big sports guy, huh?
I hate sports.
Yeah. He was shooting them
He was
threes.
shoot- he was
I just know
shooting it.
we've had this
They were so
conversation.
freaking swishy.
You're-
Swishy.
This wasn't like I was making a judgment. We one time were talking, and you're from Kansas City, and so is my wife. I'm like, the Chiefs, and you're like, who's their quarterback? Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm not like a big, and I mean, no, that's actually not true.
Yeah, you know
Anyone
who
from
Patrick
Kansas
Mahomes
City,
is.
I'm up to date on my KC people. I know what's going on with the Chiefs.
Okay, I was
Can't misrepresent the city, but
my bad.
I don't know anything else about anyone else. I don't know a single thing.
That's okay.
That's it. That's fine.
not my thing.
You're like, I know the quarterback. I see him in those State Farm commercials.
Yeah, that's like Patrick Mahomes from State Farm.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good actor.
He's a great actor.
That's-
Cool. We'll hit you with our last date here.
Yeah.
February 28th, 2023. Very recent.
February 28th, 2023. Dude, this past 2 months have been a whirlwind. I'm trying to think what happened on February 20th, 2023. What happened?
That was the release of Netflix naming their fresh faces, one of Netflix's rising stars of 2023,
Yeah, man.
Aaron Branch. Not only are you main ensemble of a trending show on Netflix
Mhm.
Yeah.
across a A-lister like Rob Lowe, which according to you, if you just say Rob Lowe in any bars, in any bar in America, if you say Rob Lowe, someone's always going to be saying,
I love Rob Lowe. And it's the truth. Everyone loves Rob Lowe.
Really?
Try it sometime.
Is that like the Kevin Bacon 6 degrees kind of thing? Like a folklore where everyone's like 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon?
I think it's similar in ideology, but
Yeah.
from the standpoint of like, if you are in any room and you say Rob Lowe,
Yeah.
someone will literally utter the exact phrase, I love Rob Lowe.
Really?
It's lovable.
He's just a lovable guy.
That seems accurate.
Yeah. So not only were you like your ensemble of a trending show,
Yeah.
starring across from Rob Lowe, you're also named like rising star. Like Netflix is like, yo, this is like someone who is on the up and up, along with a couple of your
That was
co-stars.
pretty insane.
Yeah, like talked about what that feeling is. I know it's not like it's your first acting role. You've been in like web series. You've been in, Pizza Hut commercials.
Shout out.
Getting that Pizza Hut bag. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what was that like? That validation of not only the validation of getting the part, which is a huge deal, but also being named as like,
Yeah.
hey, this doesn't stop here. This is someone we see as a rising star.
Dude, that meant the world to me, man. I think like as artists, especially when you're like starting your journey,
Mm-hmm.
it can easily become a thing where you're like, how long is this going to take?
Yeah.
But as you guys know, like this moment happens where you kind of like enter the void and you just accept it,
Yeah.
you know, where you're like, I'm just gonna keep hitting these mics.
Right.
I'm gonna keep doing these shows. you meet a few people along the way that kind of make the journey worthwhile.
Right.
And although you're still constantly thinking about the end result, and looking at your bank account, you for some reason just accept it and you're like become okay with it. I think in a lot of ways those are the people that, the people that end up quitting and the people that end up sticking around for like the long haul. That's what kind of separates it,
100%.
And I see that in both of you guys too. You guys are just in it, and obviously making incredible things happening. But to have that validation and having been in comedy for 12 years, that like meant the world to me, man.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, like, especially moving out to LA, I just didn't know. Like, I remember like a few months ago, I was talking to my mom and I was like, hey, this might be like 10 more years. But I was like, but this is just what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to be doing. And for that to happen like 6 months later, I'm like, that's just insane. I did not expect it.
Yeah.
I thank them for that.
Right.
It kind of gave me a lot of confidence. And I'm just ready to see how far this thing can go,
We were talking about your parents a little bit before, or family before this.
Yeah.
How have they been through it before? This it's easy to be like, oh, my baby doing it, they on Netflix.
Yeah.
But what were they like 4 years ago, 5 years ago? You even talked about her taking you to the clubs, but like in between time, it's also cute when you're 17 doing it. But it's like, this nigga is 25.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Exactly. My mom has been supportive the entire time.
Yeah.
Like my mom like never stopped supporting me. She's believed in me every step of the way.
Right.
Like I said before, she was the one that was driving me to comedy clubs.
Yeah.
She would literally be asleep in the back of the comedy club while like
Wow.
TJ Miller's performing on the stage.
Yeah.
Like she is a real one. She has like held me down. She is like never ever did the thought or did the conversation happen of, hey, maybe you should consider doing something else.
Right.
It was like, she's also the same person that like when I was like 3, I would be wearing like Dragon Ball Z costumes and just walking around. Like she let me like just pick out what I wanted to wear. Just like let me do whatever I want to do.
Is she creative or what does she do for work?
She works for the government.
Really?
Like
Okay.
she's like creative in her own right. Like she likes
yeah.
movies, she likes indie films. She was the one that put me on to Boyhood. Like took me to literally an indie movie theater to watch it, and I was like, this is insane. She's like, I know, it's crazy. Like,
yeah.
She's also one of the funniest people I've ever met. But yeah, I owe a lot of that to her. My dad, on the other hand, definitely did not want me to do any of this.
Okay.
And it's funny because in 2019, he got an Airbnb out in Los Angeles, and we were outside like chilling on like a balcony because he wanted to talk like one-on-one. And he was like, hey, I think you should leave entertainment. And I remember I looked and I was like, why the fuck would I do that?
Yeah.
I'm literally on a national commercial right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that sometimes it's for people that are so used to living a practical life, it's hard for them to see like, why would you spend your time struggling and doing this? But we're not struggling. We're struggling a lot, but we're also like enjoying what we're doing. And we're living a life that a lot of people only dream about. And that's just lucky in itself.
1000%.
Yeah.
Big time.
We were talking about that before. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We were talking about that before. We were even recording us two, just like a lot of our friends. And I went to school in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'm from the Midwest, from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
A lot of our peers are one or two kids in. They got a nice house somewhere, 3-car garage.
Comfy.
And they're already on their way. And it's like, dog, I almost sometimes wish I had the temperament to do that, but I don't.
Yeah.
Like I was already on that path as a young person and realized, now when I'm being 30, like, I can't, that's not my life.
Exactly.
Maybe some of those things I would love to have a house and I'll be able to have a house and have a nice new car and all that kind of shit in a kid or two. But this is the priority, and all those things that I want come out of this thing.
Yeah.
And I just like to hear people what their support system was like, because some people are not like that, or they don't have the ability to even motivate you in a way that pushes you forward to achieve those things too. So that's super important.
I mean, I'm glad you're already doing comedy, and I'm glad you're not anybody's father.
That also could be to be determined.
Yeah, you got about 7 kids running around here.
No,
That's Mari.
More, yeah.
Well, before we let you get out of here, and I do Kansas City native, my wife from Kansas City, we got to know. It seems
Joe Burrow. Sorry.
Why would you bring up Joe Burrow?
That was the.
Y'all lost.
I know.
Get over it, Cincinnati.
But Pat Mahomes' daddy was in the interview. We spoke on that Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that was actually pretty
Philly
funny.
Blunt. I'm talking to Philly Blunt. That's real
crazy.
old.
The Bengals, I don't know what got into them. I feel like they.
This is Joe Burrow, really.
Yeah, they're really
that
like.
was it.
They acting up.
Yeah, they're acting up.
Kansas City, I don't care about Texas. I don't care about North Carolina. Kansas City has the best barbecue in the
Oh, I don't
country.
1,020%.
I don't give a shit.
We got
Talking to me, dog?
we got Gates,
Fight
Jack
you?
Stacks,
Yes.
Oklahoma Joe's, which are in Kansas City Joe's. You're a Gates guy.
I'm a Gates guy all
What
the
is
way.
what is so special about a Gates Kansas City barbecue experience?
Well, it's black owned, first and foremost.
Oh, Sam. Oh,
Like
I know Sam hates it.
It's black owned.
Don't make him uncomfortable. But.
Sam doesn't really, Well, all lives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All barbecue.
All barbecue matters.
Yeah.
Right?
vinegar based.
More of a vinegar guy.
Can we just water base it? We have to put so much extra stuff in it.
Put some mayonnaise in this?
Just let the meat do the work. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Gates is black owned.
It's black.
Which I support.
The police.
It's black owned. It's also just one of those nostalgic things too. I also went to school with one of the owner's daughters. Her name is Aspen. Shout out to Aspen Gates, man. She
Aspen
has
Gates.
been a good friend of mine since I was very young. She's very cool. So like it's also crazy because she would come to school with like she would bring her lunch. It would just be barbecue sometimes.
Your stomach toe up at 11 o'clock.
It was low-key a flex, but I'm like, that's hilarious because she has the hookup.
Right.
She's got free barbecue. Like imagine
Brisket.
like your parents own a barbecue restaurant and instead of packing you like a bologna sandwich, you're getting straight up like ribs and pulled
Sleep as
pork.
hell in fourth period. Like, I don't give a fuck about pre-algebra.
That's so crazy.
But no, it's nostalgic. It's like every event, like family gatherings, you get like a presidential platter.
Yeah.
Which is like a little bit of everything. You got sausage, you got turkey, you got beef, you got everything, and it's like it's communal, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just like it's a really like black thing to do in Kansas City.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out Gates. My favorite part about Gates is like I think all the barbecue is great. Gates is like the experience of ordering at Gates.
Yeah.
It's like they're somehow super hospitable, but they're
Very.
also like, you don't know what you want yet.
Yeah.
And it's like
good.
this. It's like this sassy like.
Like, hurry the fuck up.
It seems like this. Like it's always like this sassy mom who like has bills to pay. That's just like
Yeah.
step up on an order, but somehow you feel loved, and they're like shouting at you for not knowing what you're gonna.
It's because they're saying please.
Yeah.
Because they will literally yell at you at the top of their lungs and then say please,
Right.
Pull your head out of your ass,
Please.
please, may I help you?
That's what
shout out to mean black ladies. We love y'all. That's what makes the world go round. We need good mean black ladies to keep everything,
Yeah.
You don't know. Do you know?
I know mean black dudes who are 30 years old who are wearing shorts in the middle of the day in Hollywood.
Dog, it's almost 80 degrees outside. Don't act like it's not a little bit warm outside.
He's low-key killing it with his outfit, man.
Thank you. See, Sam's a fucking hater, dog.
I accidentally stepped on your shoes during this interview, and I felt guilty.
It was so awkward too, and he didn't even like quickly remove it.
I thought it was the table leg.
Look
I
back-
thought it was
He
the
looked
table
back there
leg.
for a second.
Yeah, look back. Yeah, if you're watching this, go back
Instant replay.
15 minutes ago. This motherfucker put his joints on my feet and
Hunter
didn't like
Jordan ones, my nasty
and didn't
Blazers.
even like move him. He just was raw dog. It was just weird.
That is hysterical.
This podcast is
We're up in here.
on its last leg.
All right, we usually, Danny, you take it over. We like to end by asking the little time capsule.
I always butcher this question. So we have this time capsule.
He low-key
segment.
does.
I know, and it's ridiculous. Every episode, I like to ask people. I hate when people ask just what's next because that's depressing and it gives anxiety. So we give you a chance to call your shot. So what's a thing that we can use as a little digital time capsule that we can look back at that says, I'm going to do something in whatever. I want to do this in 6 months or this year, or a moment that you can look back and say, oh, I actually did do that we can use as your own little message in the bottle.
Call your
digitally.
shot.
Call my shot right now.
Be your own Carly Kane.
Yeah, exactly.
The world will finally. So here, hi. I'm gonna do this right. Hi, my name is Aaron Branch, and I'm so excited for you to hear Dizzy Rocket.
Talking to yourself too. So say, hey, Aaron,
Okay,
in the future,
taking the note.
I'm keeping this in too.
Taking the note. Here we go. She's great at coaching.
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron. you did a great job. I'm so excited that you finally released this thing out into the world. Everyone's gonna love Dizzy Rocket. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. And get ready for the next thing. That was awkward.
Is that a music
It's
project?
okay.
What is that?
It's
Can you
it's like a hybrid thing. I'm working on it
Nice.
for a while. I'm really excited about it.
Like a hybrid, like music and comedy?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. It's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Fire, man.
Is it
It's
kind of like
fire.
when you were at Snow and Company?
What's Snow and Company?
Bro, where you
You
had
remember more of my life than I do.
Who am I?
Who am I?
the
Am I a
Tosin
clone?
and, the Tosin and Aaron show.
Oh my God, Tosin Moore and Fala. Do you guys know Tosin Moore and Fala?
Uh-uh.
Bro, kind of.
Wasn't that like a music / comedy type thing?
It was. Tosin does poetry. He's also an actor. You maybe have seen him on The Shy.
The name sounds
Around the
familiar.
World. He's been in countless commercials. He's a series regular right now on Run the World, but he's from Kansas City.
Okay.
Did like a lot of productions at like Goodman Theater and a lot of other theaters around Chicago. Just a really just good dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
But he lives here. He's one of my best friends.
Shout out good people.
Yeah.
Shout out to good people. Thank you so much for joining us, brother. Appreciate
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. This was
Proud
a lot
of you.
Fun.
Go stream Unstable
And-
on
And
Netflix.
finish it. Like watch the entire thing and like finish it.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Last
finish
episode
it.
goes crazy. Aaron's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm like 3 episodes in, I think.
At Aaron Branch World on Instagram if you want to figure out stand-up dates. He's at the Hollywood Improv. He's at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
We barely even got to the stand up. Next time we got to do a part 2 where we talk about stand up.
two.
I would love that. I would
Yeah.
love to come back. I also just want to just like, could I stay here for like a couple more hours?
You can live, yeah. You can
Like,
live
take
here,
a
yeah.
nap. I might, do some bills.
Get your head of mommy.
Some nice velvet couches.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Peace. Bop, 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 bop.
The song of my people.
Yay. And we're back in this mother effing thing. Shout out to Aaron, man. What a great conversation.
Aaron
bro.
Branch, I already said it, but at Aaron Branch World, truly one of the most genuinely kind people.
Yes.
Have I said that about every guest? Probably because I only like working with kind people.
Yeah, I think
but
we've only booked the best humans we could possibly find in Los Angeles that are also funny and or super talented.
I mean, this man, like, literally trending show on Netflix, starring alongside Rob Lowe. He's like, the other night, it's like, oh yeah, he's hosting, and it's like alongside Tiffany Haddish at the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah.
Bro, if that was me, I'd be like, nobody talk to me.
You're just a bad person, I think.
I know I am. I'm forgetting everybody. You better, if we make it big off this podcast, great. If I make it big, not on this podcast, and be like, Danny Seller?
Who? Who?
Sounds familiar. But Aaron is like just Kansas City, Midwest, nice
Yeah.
person. It's cool to hear.
Yeah,
It's
man.
cool to hear things finally pay off. Because you always hear about like Billie Eilish just posted something from her bedroom and it popped off. And it's like, yeah, this dude has been doing stand-up since 15, has had success. And now it's like, but yeah, he's been doing it over, kind of like we talked about with our last episode, Joe Dombrowski. Check it out. Like an overnight success is never overnight. Like he's been putting in that work.
Never, ever, ever. But yeah, it was a good conversation. Fun to just see someone at the beginning of that trajectory too, because you can kind of use this show as a timestamp, and he can hopefully look back at this conversation and be like, "Wow, look how much more I've achieved since this conversation." You know,
Yeah. 100%.
sometimes it's cool to, even as problematic as Kanye is, seeing that Kanye doc that came out on Netflix. I mean, he's a psychopath, but it was really cool to see the trajectory and the timestamps of how this person was when this album came out and that album came out and that album came out, to really appreciate at least all the work that people have done.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, now that you've done talking about your idol Kanye West, that
Shut
you want to model your whole life after, let's get
Insane.
into up
That's-
top. We already did our trademark Danny Seller's mental health check. We have not done our Danny's ism, which for those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
Danny's isms is just his way of his life lessons.
Yeah.
I usually fall asleep during this part. No, I'm just kidding. It's great life lessons from a man going through it.
yeah, exactly. That is a t-shirt. Life lessons from a man going through it. Got my thighs out today. This is a very simple one. It's okay to allow pettiness to fuel you.
Shout out Michael Jordan.
Yes. Pettiness, revenge is kind of a strong word, but whatever that is, letting those things that have happened to you be a little bit of that motor in your back, a little bit of that nudge. I think we tend to try to shy away from those feelings when someone maybe doubts you or you get a rejection on something, and we tend to, I don't know, maybe say that's not healthy to do things in spite of.
Right.
But I don't know. We're both competitive people, former athletes, alpha males. I'm just playing.
Nope. Not me. No, sirree.
Big beta. No, but
The only alpha I serve is the alpha and the omega, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Clip it up, brother. Clip it up. Clip it up.
No, I think what you're saying is like, yeah, if you let pettiness control your whole life, you're gonna be miserable. But if
Yes.
you let it like, okay, I need a little extra jump
Yeah.
to get going today. I need a little extra jump to put myself out there, network, or to write these jokes, or to get out of bed this morning. Hey, then use that little extra juice.
Yeah, little newspaper clipping, talking shit about you, whatever. Go for it, brother. Whatever you got, or sister, whatever you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Or sibling.
Yeah, your ex, yeah. Sibling. Why is brother the more mainstream way of saying brother?
No, just
Or sister.
non-gender conforming people.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Out of my days.
Sorry. But no, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, you got an ex-boyfriend who's hating on you, didn't want you to get on stage to do jokes, or he didn't want you to post that OnlyFans, and now all of a sudden you're making millions of dollars. Hey, don't let that little pettiness and little old text messages of them doubting you, the little bitty seeds of doubt, let that fill you.
Yeah, don't let them yuck your yums.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else in life?
I just want to say, every person who listens to this podcast, I love you dearly.
No, he doesn't.
I'm proud of you for listening to me.
I'm proud of you.
For real, I thank you guys for listening. As always, I'm a broken record. If you have not given this podcast a review on Apple Podcasts,
Shame on you.
give it a review. Danny and I love you. And that's been another episode of podcast. You did that earlier, now it's in my head. That's been another episode of Callbacks. Get home safe.
The simulation's broken.
I did it for you.